Hello and welcome to this edition of Rowan Sports. I'm Tyler Rowland coming to you from Boyd County High School, and this is where you meet the athletes. And with me here is from the soccer team, Carter Gibson. And Carter, it's a pretty exciting time for you. Just made the Elite Eight last season and in the state, and of course some good pieces to that team back. And now you're getting a chance to really see what things are like early. You've had 2 scrimmages this week. Talk about that and how it's worked out for you.
I think it's gone good. We could work on our communication a little bit better. It's one thing we've kind of struggled with. It's something we struggled with last year. Making it that far, though, it was just we came together as a team, and it was a good work, good effort by everybody. And it was just unfortunate the way it ended, and I hope to go farther this year. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I know that you, with the pieces you have coming back, talk about some of the guys that are returning and how you expect it to mold together this year.
Well, I believe our top 3 players, Cole Thompson, Alec Lawson for sure has taken a massive step up. He is a great player. He can use the ball on both foot. I mean, tonight he's right-footed dominantly. He kicked a left-foot shot that I haven't seen anybody kick. I mean, it was a very impressive shot. He's a very good player. He's done a lot to improve himself this offseason. Also, Roland Sanderson, new addition, came from Missouri. We didn't really know what we were expecting. He came in. He fits in right with the guys. He's out there. He's not selfish, but he also isn't afraid to call for the ball. So.
Mm-hmm. And you play goalkeeper on the team, and talk about that position and the challenge of it. I know that you've earned a great reputation at that position and what you've done, and talk about what it's going to be like this year just with the team. And I know still, of course, talented, but still I know looking to gel a few pieces together, and talk about how it feels playing that position.
It definitely takes a lot of bravery. Last year I took a slight injury against the Ashland game. It's a tough spot to be in because, one, you have to control your own emotions. You got to control your teammates' emotions. You can't be the guy that loses his temper and gets mad when they score a goal. You got to be the guy that's back there, calms everybody down. They score a goal. We're going to be all right. We're going to be just fine. Last year we had several games where the opponent scored the first goal. We came back, we won the game. So, it's all about emotions, and you got to let everything go. Once it's happened, it's done. You can't stay with it. So.
Mm-hmm. And when we talked with Cole, we talked a little bit about all the running that you guys do, and which for me personally, I expected with soccer, but when I got into following it full last year, I realized just how much you guys did. But on your end, I know that you like to do lifting as a hobby, you had mentioned earlier. And talk about that and the importance of it and how it's helped you as an athlete.
It's really built my strength. My freshman year, I was coming in. I wasn't doing a good job punting the ball, my distribution, and I think lifting weights has really improved my throwing and punting. It's a great thing to get into, and once soccer's over, because eventually I have to take the jersey off and, got to stay in shape. So it's a great way to have a hobby outside of soccer. My brother's the one who got me into it, Kyle Gibson. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would be as good as I am today. So I do think a lot of my skill and talent and has a lot improved on from going to the gym. Going in every day, it teaches you discipline. It's a great way to build your strength. It's a great way to build your mental game. A lot about it's good for you. So.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of building your mental game, normally I ask in this part about hobbies and things you like to do on the side. Of course, you've already mentioned one, but you mentioned that you've worked 2 jobs at the same time. Yeah. First off, talk about the importance of working and how it's helped you and all the ways it's helped you.
Keeps me busy. It teaches me a lot about life. There is going to be a time where I'm going to have to hang up the cleats and not play anymore, and work's going to become full time. So I think it's been a great experience to see what else is out there. I worked at Sandy Creek Golf Course the last 2 summers, and this summer I worked at Malibu Jacks. But working for Rich it taught me a lot about getting up early and just going to work every day, and it kept me in shape really well. lot of physical labor out there. You know, I was always cutting the grass, cutting the greens. But he taught me, he played in the PGA for a little bit, not for very long, but he did play in it. And, you know, coming from somebody in that background, you know, that's good to be around. You know, somebody who's made it to the top, it's good to be around that. So it's he'll teach you a lot. So.
Talk about what it's like working two jobs at the same time, especially with the schedule you have with school, with being an athlete as well.
It gets stressful at times, but it's not too bad. You know, it keeps me busy, it keeps me from just sitting around the house. You know, I'm always busy. I like being busy. I don't like sitting around the house. It gets boring. You know, what am I supposed to do? Just take a nap all day? I don't want to nap around. I'm not that guy. So it's fun, but it gets stressful at times, especially when school rolls around. Right now, I'm taking a break from a little bit of it. You know, focusing fully on soccer. But once season's over, I'll get right back to it. But you know, it gets stressful. But in the end, I mean, when's life not stressful? So.
Yes, and lastly, Carter, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I'd like to give a shout out to my older brother Kyle Gibson, my mom and my dad for always supporting me, my middle brother Cameron Gibson who got me into soccer, and that's it, man.
Yes, very well said. All right, we thank you for tuning in today, and be sure to give us, and also a quick shout out to Coach Price, a good cameraman this guy is, and big thank you to him, and also big thank you to Boyd County and to the Lions soccer program for having me. Be sure to stay tuned this year, as it should be an exciting season. Boyd County returning from an Elite Eight last season statewide, defending 16th region champion. It'll be an exciting one. Thank you for tuning in today and watching Rowan Sports, where you meet the athletes.